All right, looks like I think I got my shit together now. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Morning Night Live. Hey, it's Funky Friday, and you know what that means. Hold up, I'm going to tell you right now. Listen to this. Oh, I got to turn that up for just a little bit. Yeah, are you ready? It is definitely Funky Friday on the Morning Night Live. I should have been a DJ. I don't know. But yo, good morning, people. I'm so happy to see you all here. Oh my gosh. I just see a goat thrapple in the chat. So, yeah, it's Funky Friday. I hope you all are ready. But before we get too deep into this, let's play the intro. See you in 2 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog Studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way, but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, yours truly, P. Dog Night. Oh yeah, stop that intro music and play the real music. Oh yeah, it's back. Oh no, I gotta hit the button. So, you know, this whole coronavirus thing is just messing up everybody's world, and people are doing stupid shit and saying stupid shit. There are some people who are doing some good things, though, so I'm going to try to balance that out today, and maybe I'll even talk about something about other than the virus, but you know, in Twitter trends, it's hard to avoid it, right? So anyway, let's do a quick hello to everybody, because there's all kinds of people here already. It's crazy. I love how the notification must have went out today, because obviously y'all are here. So let's quickly say good. Oh, I didn't fix my stuff. Anyway, let's say a quick good morning to who was here first. It was Advocatus Diaboli, the devil's advocate, who gets the bell, and the bell worked. Good job. Good morning to Zero and Hero, Gilded Liberty, Grillin' Pirate Pete, MC. Hammer time. Good morning, Attack Alpaca, Chi-Town J, Kevin Stillwell, Becca Fairley, Joseph Lag. I haven't seen you in around a while. I'm glad you're back. Jay Wolf, Ricky Ravioli, D.I. Freighter. Let's see, I said Chi-Town J. Patrice Ripley, I hope you're doing okay, my dear. Let's see, Tales of Gore. Who else is in here? Ricky, Tyler F. Good morning. Attack Alpaca, Maniac Man. Did I already say Kevin Stillwell? Yes, I did. You were up there. Let's see, who else? Johnny Hellcat, what's happening? Scribe Light, Goat Thrapple. I'm glad you are here too. And I think that's John Smith, Duck Dog. And I will separate this carefully. The gayest person on YouTube. So that's a good start to be in the chat. Everyone's rolling in on this beautiful Friday morning, day 5 of Corona Apocalypse. And you know, I'm glad you decided to spend this time with me. Just a reminder before we get started, the Morning Night Live is brought to you by you, the viewers of the Morning Night Live. Please share the stream. That's the biggest thing. That's why you guys have helped me to get just to over 600 subscribers. Reminder, 2 weeks from today, we're doing the 300th episode. We're going to celebrate 600 subscribers, and it'll be my birthday. So let's just keep inviting people. You can hit that share arrow down there, or you can retweet the tweet by going to my Twitter handle right there, at PDogKnight. And then also, we do this. Our super chat program goes through the Streamlabs link down below at the pdognight.live link. So you can type it in, or you can just hit the link in the chat, or it'll show up in the chat every once in a while too. Oh, I only have top chat on. This isn't even a live chat. I might even have some more people I forgot. Yeah, Winnie the Pooh Flu. I just saw that in the chat. Oh, good God. Yeah, it's still okay. So I have a new trademark name for the coronavirus. Because COVID-19, it's just, good morning, Grillin' Pirate Pete. The COVID-19 thing, that's just too clinical, and everyone started out calling it I think I might have it. Oh my God. Anyway, everyone started out calling it the Wuhan virus because it was from the Wuhan province of China. And that made sense. You know, it came from there. It became prominent there. And the Chinese Communist government lied about it there. And, but then, you know, then we're like, oh, no, you can't call it that. It's SARS, whatever all those numbers are. And the common name for the actual disease you get is COVID-19, which I think is coronavirus something D19. I don't know what the hell that means. I don't care. And then, of course, now then the Chinese government decided to be propagandists and didn't want anyone calling it Wuhan flu or all that shit. And so they were like, okay, no, you can't call it that anymore because that's racist. So, no. Ricky Ravioli. Oh my gosh. Ricky Ravioli. Who is it? Who's the slap bass guy? I follow him and I can't remember his name. Ricky Ravioli, remind me who the slap guy is. I think he's hilarious. And he's a hell of a bass player. Anyway, so, okay, listen. I've decided that I'm going to change the name of the coronavirus that everyone, you know, because, so the Chinese government started doing all this propaganda and wanting to be talking about it, right? And, look, the Ric Flair virus, that's hilarious. The woo virus. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, so you can't call it the president started calling the Chinese virus because, you know, the Chinese propagandists were trying to make us say, oh no, this started in the United States. Nah, it didn't. And even if it did, Davey 506, something like that. Yeah, he's hilarious. So the president started calling the Chinese virus, and then the press wastes all this time complaining about him calling it the Chinese virus instead of asking just asking questions about what we can do to help. You know, everyone wants to point fingers right now. But anyway, so my new name for the what is it? Oh, now I forgot what it is. I put it in the description down below. It is called the new name for the Chinese. Excuse me. Don't call me racist, even though it's against the rules that someone can call me racist. But it is the virus that shall not be named based on its nation of origin. So that's what we're going to call it from now on. The virus that shall not be named based on its country or nation. Excuse me, nation of origin. I'm going to trademark that. The virus that shall not be named based on its nation of origin. Is that a little too wordy? I don't know. Anyway, I'm here with my reparation coffee. It's Friday, which, you know, for some of you, it's been Friday all week. But hey, for me, it's Friday because I have been working during the Corona apocalypse. And I'm going to enjoy my reparations coffee and spend my time with you like I do Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern. Even though I'm in Central Time, that would be 9 a.m. Central. A couple other people showed up while I've been just babbling away. Good morning, Zombie Teddy, Struggling Paradox, Tales of Gore, Patrice, I believe I said hello to, Texas Red, Zombie Teddy, who says Kung Flu. That stupid Kung Flu thing too. They keep asking, like that one reporter will not let the Kung Flu thing go. Kelly Conway, I think I showed you the interview or the press conference with Kelly Conway, where the is that her name? Kellyanne Conway, where the reporter just was badgering her about this Kung Flu thing, and Kelly Conway's like, "Fine, who said it?" And the reporter who reported that was there, and she said, "You know what? Come right up here and tell us who said it. You know, we can't do anything about it if you don't tell us who said it." I got a feeling that whoever this reporter said it, might have been there with a close relative, and they were probably wearing MAGA hats, and it didn't. The great insult of saying Kung Flu did not cause her to drop her Subway sandwich. That would be my guess, if you know what I mean. Oh, so let's see. You know what I'm going to start with today? I'm going to just start with what I read in the chat because I forgot to refresh my soundboard. And so I'm doing that while I'm talking to you. So y'all just talk amongst yourselves. And I'm going to stand here and refresh my soundboard because if I don't, I know that some of my keys aren't going to work. And I'm going to try to get all of them in today. I got to add some new sounds in the soundboard. You know what thing? I just remembered something I should add to the soundboard. I need to add Ranting Monkey's tagline, "Your life makes me sad," but I don't sound as good saying it as Ranting Monkey does. So I think that might be the next thing I add to the soundboard. But at least Hammer Time worked today for my friend MC in the chat. Oh, good morning, Green Badger Outdoors too. I see you're here. Hello, good morning. All right, so anyway, so the big controversy today, as I'm doing my soundboard, is apparently there have been a couple of United States senators who may have some splaining to do, and that's why I named the show today "Some Splainin' to Do," because apparently some of the senators, after a briefing on the coronavirus, either in late January or early February, decided that they were going to go out and make some significant stock trades. Now, one of the things that I am not a big fan about, I've always tried to figure out, how is it that a certain, the select group, maybe not a select group, a good number of people who become members of our national legislature, known as the Congress, the House of Representatives, and the Senate, how is it that some of these people have somehow just have such incredible net worths? Now, not all of them, some of them go into the process wealthy already, right? However, there are quite a few that have, during their tenure in either the United States Senate or the House of Representatives, seem to have somehow exponentially increased their net worths. Now, granted, some of them have spouses that also are, who are wealthy or whatever. They may do investments or whatever, but it's fascinating. It's fascinating that so many of these people in Congress, especially the ones who've been there for a long time, have been able to just mega increase their net worth. And it's fascinating. Hello, WR Costin, by the way. And Cynical Lindsay. Okay, man, people are strolling in. This is awesome. We got 32 people here already. That's fantastic. All right. So anyway, one of the problems today in the United States, it happens. It is trending right now. And here we go. Here it is on Twitter even. Here it is. Blah blah blah. 4 United States senators sold stocks after COVID-19 briefings. According to reports from ProPublica, The Daily Beast, and other outlets, Senate's Intelligence Committee Chairman Richard Burr, GOP, Senator Kelly, or GOP, Senate Intelligence Committee Chairman Richard Burr, GOP Senator Kelly Loeffler, Democratic California Senator Dianne Feinstein, and Oklahoma Republican James Inhofe sold a significant amount of stock following a private all-senators briefing on COVID-19. Now, fascinating. Now, they are getting dragged on Twitter. And in fact, I think even the White House well, people are calling for an investigation, an ethics investigation, and also some are saying that maybe they should just all resign right now because that don't look good. Okay, because this was at a time before the general public, knew how bad this thing could be. Now, it is possible that some of these have blind accounts that may have some trading going on in them, but it does not look good. And so when I say they have some splaining to do, yes, they definitely have some splaining to do. A couple other people showed up. Good morning, damn it, Chadwick, aka Chadwick Dupree. Good morning, Keenan. And W.R. Costin. I already said W.R. Costin, but I'll say it again because I'm glad you're here. I just like ringing the bell. So anyway, after assuring the public about the government's coronavirus preparedness, Senator Intel Chair Richard Burr in one day sold off up to $1.6 million in stock. A week later, the market began its fall. His committee received daily briefings. Well, yep, that's true. I'm like, well, let's look at all of them and let's look at all the House members and let's find out. I mean, they do have to publicly publish what they do as far as trading. Now, let's see, I saw a response here earlier. It's not just Burr, second senator did. That's the Daily Beast article. Now, she has actually, I saw her make a statement here. Here's what she says. Kelly Loeffler, she's from Georgia. She says, this is a ridiculous and baseless attack. I do not make investment decisions for my portfolio. Investment decisions are made by multiple third-party advisors without my or my husband's knowledge or involvement. Now, here's the thing. As confirmed in the periodic transaction report to Senate Ethics, I was informed of these purchases and sales on February 16th, 2020, 3 weeks after they were made. So hers apparently were made in... what's the deal? Sometime in January. This meeting that they were talking about was in February. So these trades may have been made prior. Of course, Anis Kasparian of the Young Turks says prison. Good for her. Anyway, you know what? I hate to break this to you. Some of these people get very wealthy while they're in Congress. Like, for example, Nancy Pelosi, I guess, is worth over $100 million. Here, Tales of Gore says Nancy Pelosi had $15,000 when she entered Congress. She's almost a billionaire now. I think they list her net worth at like $132 million. Now, I grant it. Now, if you're in Congress, I'm sure that there are some things that you get. You make $175,000 a year, I think, to be a member of Congress. The Speaker of the House gets like $212,000. And I'd imagine a lot of expenses they may have are not necessarily as, for example, I'm sure they get a lot of free lunches and shit like that. Although I think they've cut down on that. But, it's like, or even like Maxine Waters. Maxine Waters used to be on the banking committee, and just so happens that her husband's bank got some special funding from the United States government while she was a member of the banking committee. This is obviously, in this case, it's 3 Republicans and a Democrat, and I have no more confidence in the Republicans than the Democrats in this matter. There are some lying, cheating bastards out there. So I'm just wondering, I got the beer bug, sprays Lysol. Yeah, I've been coughing for weeks. This is the end of a cold, and I forgot to take a little cough syrup before this. It's a dry cough. I've no symptoms whatsoever of the corona apocalypse. So anyway, so I do have one article about this, and here it is from the American Thinker. Let me pop that up here. Is it a coincidence that 2 senators dumped stock before the market dropped? Now, let's just make that 4 now that they know of, and there could be more. There could be some members of the House. This is just senators that people were looking at. But anyway. Oh my God. Oh. I'm very sorry about that. All right, hang on. I'm going to put you on pause. I'm going to get some cough syrup here. All right, folks. Sorry about that. I couldn't find the cough syrup, but hey, I did find the bourbon. And that should help. Plus, I needed a new fresh cup of coffee anyway. All right, gang. Let's get back into the article here. I apologize for the delay. Is it a coincidence that two senators dumped stocks before the market dropped? ProPublica reported on Thursday that Senator Richard Burr, the chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee, sold a large number of stocks before the market dropped. The timing could have been coincidental, but it sure looks as if the senator knew that the coronavirus would affect the market and wanted to cash out. Another Republican Senator, Kelly Loeffler from Georgia, also sold significant stock holdings immediately after the senators had a private meeting to discuss the coronavirus. As with Burr, it may be a coincidence, but it smells terrible. And now we added Senator Dianne Feinstein from California and Senator Richard Inhofe from the state of Oklahoma. Okay, hang on. According to a Thursday ProPublica report, soon after he offered public assurances that the government was ready to battle the coronavirus, the powerful chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee, Richard Burr, sold off a significant percentage of his stocks, unloading between $628,000 and $1.72 million of his holdings on February 13th in 33 separate transactions. Now, Loeffler says, so that's interesting because Kelly Loeffler said that her sales through a third party were done 3 weeks prior to this, but it was reported to her on the 16th. So that was before that particular meeting that they're talking about. As the head of the Intelligence Committee, Burr, a North Carolina Republican, has access to the government's most highly classified information about threats to American security. His committee was receiving daily coronavirus briefings around this time, according to a Reuters story. A week after Burr's sales, the stock market began a sharp decline and has lost about 30% since. On Thursday, Burr came under fire after NPR obtained a secret recording from February 27th. A secret recording. I wonder if this secret was this. Anyway, a secret recording from February 27th in which the lawmaker gave a VIP group and an exclusive social club a much more dire preview of the economic impact of the coronavirus than what he had told the public. Okay, I'm pretty sure that now I don't care about, because so a February 27th briefing, isn't that when we were starting to realize that this was going to be probably worse than it was, and we already started seeing it blowing up in the state of Washington? I'm gonna have to check the calendar on that one. Anyway, let's see. Later that day, the Daily Beast revealed that Senator Loeffler, who entered the Senate in January and instantly became the wealthiest person there. I don't know about all that. Anyway, let's see. Also sold off stocks before the public learned how significant the Chinese reach. Oh, the Chinese virus. Oh, this is the American thing. They're allowed to say that. I'm saying the virus that. What did I say the name? What did I call? What was my new name for this? I can't even remember. It is the virus that shall not be named, based on its nation of origin. Okay, that's how it should be written. Okay. All right, hang on. All right. Okay, so the Senate's newest member sold off 7 figures worth of stock holdings in the days and weeks after a private all-senators meeting on the novel coronavirus that subsequently hammered U.S. equities. Senator Kelly Loeffler reported the first sale of stock jointly owned by her and her husband on January 24th, the very day that her committees, the Senate Health Committee, hosted a private all-senator meeting from administration officials, including the CDC director and Anthony Fauci, the head of the National Institutes of Health in the United States. Okay, so her meeting was on the 24th. That explains it now. Appreciate today's briefing from the president's top health officials on the novel coronavirus outbreak, she tweeted about the briefing at the time. In another not so coincidental coincidence, Burr and Loeffler sat next to each other during the impeachment hearings. Unless the senators have a good excuse, the timing in their stock sales looks bad. Insider trading that happens when people who possess knowledge available only to those with an inside track and use that information to buy stocks that will rise in value or sell those that will fall. It's incredibly sleazy. It's a breach of fiduciary duty. It can create artificial drops or rises in the market. And it's illegal. That's the most important part, I would think. All right. Siraj Hashmi got it just right when he said that when Charlie Kirk, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and Tucker Carlson all sound the same note about you, you know you've made a huge mistake. In this case, when the news broke about Burr, all of them called for him to resign and wait for an investigation that could lead to prosecution and prison. Here's Tucker Carlson on that. We'll hear it in a second as soon as this pops up. Oh, no sound. Hang on.
Chairman of the Senate Intelligence. You may have seen the news reports this afternoon. The chairman of the Senate Intelligence Committee sold more than $1 million in stock in mid-February after learning how devastating the Chinese coronavirus could be. He had inside information about what could happen to our country, which is now happening, but he didn't warn the public. He didn't give a primetime address. He didn't go on television to sound the alarm. He didn't even disavow an op-ed he'd written just 10 days before, claiming America was, quote, better prepared than ever for coronavirus. He didn't do any of those things. Instead, what did he do? He dumped his shares in hotel stocks so he wouldn't lose money. And then he stayed silent. Now, maybe there's an honest explanation for what he did. If there is, he should share it with the rest of us immediately. Otherwise, he must resign from the Senate and face prosecution for insider trading. There is no greater moral crime than betraying your country in a time of crisis. And that appears to be what happened. We'll have more on the story tomorrow.
Good on Tucker Carlson. Exactly right. Also, let's see who else. Charlie Kirk. I just have no time for Charlie Kirk, but is anyone really surprised this is coming from Burr? He held up multiple Trump nominees. He's delaying the confirmation of John Radcliffe as DNI, and he unfairly grilled Donald Trump Jr. for hours over the Russia collusion hoax. This new revelation isn't that shocking to me. Well, I don't know if that's the right take, but here you go. Charlie, here's the correct take Charlie Kirk has. I don't care if you're a Republican or a Democrat. If you trade with inside information to enrich yourself during a crisis, you are a disgrace. Resign, apologize, and donate all the earnings to families of victims of the virus that shall not be named based on the station of origin. The ruling class is a disgrace to a suffering America right now. Yep, and now we can include Dianne Feinstein. We can include James Inhofe from Oklahoma. You know what, ladies and gentlemen? I know FTG Thursday was yesterday, but I'm just doing a general FTG senators. I wish I could type faster. Anyway, there we go. Yeah, fuck those guys. All right, let's move on. By the way, good morning. Did I say Gillard Liberty? Were you here earlier? You were here earlier. I'm just seeing things. Anyway, quick thank yous for some people here. Thank you, Scribe Light, Tyler F, RVA Dar, Grillin' Pirate Pete, Necrosaw Collins, Becca Fairley, and also somebody. Let's see, who is this? Oh, Hub. Hello, Hub. Are you here, Hub? Anyway, thanks for the retweets and likes on the tweeting out the show today. I really, really appreciate it. All right, let's move on. So there's a whole bunch of... you can't get away from it. Everyone's talking about the fucketry that would be the corona apocalypse. And, you know, it's I guess what's frustrating to me right now. So there's a lot of people out there, screaming, yelling, finger pointing at Trump and the Trump administration. And now they're starting to finger point at some of the governors around the state. For example, California realized that they have 10 million of those masks. They have 10 million that they had been stocking up during the fires, and they realized that they had them in stock. So now they're going to start distributing those too. And people are bitching at them because, where were you when we needed those masks before? Well, does it really matter? It's not. Look, this is a phenomenon. As of yesterday, that is happening in 173 countries. That's most of the countries in the world. There are very few countries that have not been affected by this and are not going through this shit, right? And it's like, look, like all these people blaming Trump. You didn't act fast enough. You knew this was coming and you didn't act. Well, if you remember, as we went through some of the articles yesterday, when Donald Trump enacted a ban on travel from China, first of all, it was too late because we had been lied to continuously for 2 months. And in fact, just a few days before Donald Trump enacted that ban, there was an article in the New York Times. Maybe I have it linked. Where do I have it here? New York Times. Here we go. So he enacted the travel ban on China, right? On the 31st of January. This is an article from the New York Times. What's the date of this article? The date of this article is January 23rd, just a mere 8 days before that travel ban. And listen to this. The World Health Organization, let me repeat, the World Health Organization on Thursday decided not to declare the Wuhan coronavirus outbreak, the virus that shall not be named from its nation of origin outbreak, on a global, decided not to declare it a global emergency despite the spread of the dangerous respiratory infection from China to at least 5 other countries. This is on the 23rd of January. Now, let me get to the important part. Hopefully it'll say it. Okay, although the disease has reached beyond China, the number of cases in other countries is still relatively small. This is the New York Times. Now, this is the New York Times. Does it sound like they're downplaying this a little bit? Although the disease has reached beyond China, the number of cases in other countries is still relatively small. And the disease, listen to this, does not seem to be spreading within those countries, agency officials said. Of the more than 800 cases now reported, the wide majority and all of the 25 deaths have been in China, according to Chinese officials. Now, here's the absolute tagline from January 23rd, 2020 in the New York Times. And I quote, "At this time, there is no evidence of human-to-human transmission outside China," Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, the WHO's Director General, said at a news conference in Geneva. Well, that doesn't mean it won't happen. Wait a minute. So now, and he says, make no mistake, he added, this is an emergency in China, but it's not yet become a global health emergency. It may yet become one. Fascinating. So when anyone says, well, Donald Trump should have been preparing for this months ago. On January 23rd, in the New York Times, we were told there's no evidence of human-to-human transmission outside of China. And the number of cases in other countries is still relatively small, and the disease does not seem to be spreading within those countries. Huh. Wow. So, I just want people to stop bitching about it, okay? Look, we have a problem. We have a federal government and many state governments and local municipalities that are all doing their best to try to fix this. But the problem was not created by your local mayor. The problem was not created by your governor. The problem was not created by Donald Trump, nor did any of those entities exacerbate the problem. This is a virus that spreads. Look, if it was just something that we could have contained after we saw the first case in the state of Washington, we would have found a way to contain it. But apparently now the virus has moved to all 50 states. There is a case in every state and every territory in the nation. Even Guam has a case. Even, what was the one there where Tulsi Gabbard got her delegates from? There's even cases there. There's cases in Puerto Rico. There's cases in every 50 states. There's cases in 173 countries in the world. Every country in the Northern Hemisphere has a case, at least one case and multiple cases. Every country in the Southern Hemisphere, except for a few, have cases. There are like 4 countries in Africa where it hasn't taken hold, and a couple in South America. And that's it. Oh, Antarctica. I don't think there are any in Antarctica. Yeah, American Samoa. Thank you, Advocatus Diabli. So, look. When people are bashing Trump about this, can you remind them that you assholes realize this is happening in every country in the world? Just saying. Now, here's some good news that I really appreciated, and I'm going to put it on the screen. The drug manufacturer Bayer, as in Bayer aspirin, and they make all sorts of drugs. They put out a statement, I think late yesterday. Remember we were talking about chloroquine? They're doing some trials with chloroquine, and the president in his news conference yesterday mentioned chloroquine because they're having trials in the United States and Australia, and China's been using it, and a couple other countries have been using it, and figuring out that chloroquine, which is an anti-malaria drug or an antiviral drug, also used for severe arthritis, but it has an effect on this particular virus. And they've been, in some trials, they're seeing it being, they're seeing it being basically destroying the virus in people. Now, it's still in trials. It's still, but remember, the other day, I showed you a couple different places where I saw this. There was one guy who I found on Twitter. I had no idea who he was. That's why I didn't want to, I took it with a grain of salt. And then the researcher that we saw a video of, and then Dr. Birx, the one of the women on the coronavirus task force, mentioned it in her press conference, and then Donald Trump mentioned it yesterday. And when I saw that, and by the way, chloroquine is a relatively, it's an inexpensive drug. It's been on the markets for 60 years. It's been used for malaria, and in fact, it's funny because, you know, in Western Africa, there have been a few cases, but it's interesting that they're not seeing as many cases spread there, and they're thinking it may be because they use chloroquine a lot there for malaria. It's a very common drug, inexpensive, whatever. And it was funny because as I'm watching this play out on Twitter, and some people say, well, Donald Trump lied about this drug, and yeah, blah, 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 you know what they do. People are saying, well, you know what? I'll bet you the price of chloroquine is going to go up like crazy. It's probably going to be hundreds and hundreds of dollars a dose, blah, 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 blah. Well, here's some good news from yesterday. Bayer has decided that they are going to partner with the U.S. government on a major product donation to fight coronavirus. Whipway, New Jersey. Bayer today announced it is joining the U.S. government's fight against COVID-19 with a donation of 3 million tablets of the drug Resocin, which is the brand name for chloroquine phosphate. Resocin, a product discovered by Bayer in 1934 and indicated for prevention and treatment of malaria, also appears to have a broad-spectrum antiviral properties and the effects on the body's immune response. New data from initial preclinical and evolving clinical research conducted in China, while limited, shows potential for the use of Resocin in treating patients with COVID-19 infection. Bayer in recent days has been with talks with the White House, HHS, CDC, and the FDA, offering any assistance we can provide with a focus on donating Resocin to help in the government's effort to combat my cough. Combat the virus. Thank you. Thanks for your patience. Currently not approved for use. Currently not approved for use in the United States. Bayer is working with appropriate agencies on an emergency use authorization for the drug's use in the U.S. Now, it's not authorized for use for this particular virus, as in the FDA has not approved its use for it. But it has been approved for treatment of malaria and also for the treatment of extreme arthritis. And what's happening is the FDA's already got it in a fast track approval process, and doctors are allowed to prescribe it. I can't remember the designation. There's a designation they can use to try and prescribe it as as one of those, I don't know, there's some kind of last resort clause or whatever that allows doctors to try using approved drugs for other things, for different purposes. It's I can't remember it's some sort of exception anyway. So hey, good on Bayer for donating 3 million tablets. I think, the dose is like 1 tablet 3 times. So anyway, all right. So So I just want to tell the people, they're probably going to try to profit off this. Well, for one, I don't give a shit if they profit off it, but better yet, they're donating it, so good for them. Excuse me. Anything else? And then let's see. There's a Breitbart article. President Trump also prompted remdesivir or something like that, an antiviral medication manufactured by Gilead, as a potential treatment of drug for the deadly illness. The antiviral drugs have shown very, very encouraging results during testing, according to the president. So yeah, that's fantastic. Let's see. I'm gonna check real quick. I know I got another notification here. Oh, okay. Thank you, Bob H, for the even the like. By the way, just a reminder, viewers of the Morning Night Live, you're the sponsors. Hit that like button. Hit the share button. Super chats through Streamlabs. Also, I still left in the description down below. Our friend Patrice could also use your help. That's, we talked about it yesterday. You can read about it in the description down below. I'm not giving details. That's up to her. But if you have a couple extra bucks, she and her daughter are going through a really tough time, and it would be a great help to them. Also, good morning to Jedi Ghost Bear. And I think I got everybody so far. Okay. So anyway, let's move on. Let's see. There's as you may know already, Italy is having a remarkably difficult time with this particular virus. Update: the Italy death toll now surpasses China's official count. Let me put a caveat on that. However, I have no reason to believe anything the Chinese government says about this as far as new cases, death count, nada. I have no reason to believe any of it right now. Mainly because they are not reliable. They've kicked out 3 different American journalistic ventures, so to speak. They kicked out the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, and somebody else. And so what they say, unless I've really been finding a way to treat this and stop the cases, I don't care. I don't believe them. But anyway, because Italy was ill-prepared. Yeah. That's what they keep saying that we were, right? We were supposed to be ill-prepared. Of course, the Fed is going to pay them. They're going to donate it to the public with a big payout from the government. Expect any large corp to do something for free is naive. Yeah, maybe. And at this point, man, as long as we fix it and make it so that the fewer the people die, I don't care how they get it done. Okay, well, yeah, I do. There are some things they're doing that kind of annoy me. This whole handing out $1,000 thing, I'm like, really? Gotta think long and hard about that one. But anyway, that's a whole nother thing. Let's get back into this. Coronavirus deadly toll surpasses China's official count. An additional 427 people have died in Italy in the last 24 hours alone, bringing the nation's overall coronavirus death toll to 3,405 as of Thursday, surpassing China's official death toll. As reported by the Chinese Communist government, well, there you go. That, as reported by the Chinese Communist government,
You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier.
Newly released data from Italy's Civil Protection reveals that the country's death toll has jumped from 2,978 deaths on Wednesday to 3,405 on Thursday. Holy crap, that's 427 people. As well as from 35,713 confirmed cases on Wednesday to 41,035 on Thursday. And they say that about 80% of the people who have this don't know it. So the percentages is probably way lower than it is, but anyway. Thursday's new data now makes Italy the country with the highest recorded amount of coronavirus deaths in the world, as the Chinese Communist Party has claimed that a total of 3,245 people have died from the coronavirus in China. Lombardy region welfare counselor Giulio Galera noted that almost 2 weeks have passed since the entire nation was put on lockdown, reports La Repubblica. We thought it was enough. Instead, the goal is a few kilometers further, said Galera. We have to grit our teeth, but we will make it. It is necessary that everyone has a responsible attitude. Stay away from your spouse too, even from family members, he added. Meanwhile, the government of Lombardy, Italy's worst infected region, is warning citizens that if they do not stay home, the government will get more aggressive because soon hospitals will no longer be able to help new coronavirus patients. But the mayor of Bergamo, a city in Lombardy, argues that the coronavirus crisis has already led to the rationing of health services in Italian hospitals, as well as patients who are left to die by healthcare workers who are so overwhelmed with Wuhan virus victims that they've been forced to prioritize younger, healthier patients who are more likely to survive. Yeah, so anyone screaming at you about Medicare for all, yeah, they have that in Italy, so I don't necessarily think that would be the, that's not the answer to this particular crisis. That's a whole different argument. Sorry. All right, real quick, I want to go back into the, how did I get to this? Okay, there we go. Back into my bookmarks, though, because I've been bookmarking things kind of like crazy over the last few days. Just, it's just some stupid shit. All right, so, okay, Defense Production Act. Oh, here's that thing, Gavin Newsom. Now, people are dragging Gavin Newsom for this, too, and I'm like, come on, does it really matter? Look, breaking. Gavin Newsom says California has 10,000 N95 masks in emergency storage. We'll be distributing them. Of course, the first reply up here, I'm sure Trump will get the blame for this. Good, he deserves to be in jail for the rest of his miserable race of life. No parole. People have lost their damn minds. So what you mean is he lied about not having them and had to correct it once FEMA announced that the stockpiles had been made available previously and only had to be requested. Oh, yeah, I suppose FEMA's been in California for a while, right? But they got to make Trump look bad. Yeah, you know what? I don't know. And he's been hoarding them? Not likely. But maybe he just didn't realize. Let's see. Oh, he found 7 warehouses filled with something called a cure for coronavirus. He'll send someone over to see what that's all about when we get a chance. No, that's not a cure for coronavirus. The virus that shall not be named by its nation of origin. Excuse me. That's my new trademark name. If you just got here, my new name for the Chinese virus is the virus that shall not be named by its nation of origin. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. I got more. Yes, I do. Oh, there's a new study too. This is interesting. New study says high temperature and high relative humidity significantly reduce spread of COVID-19. Interesting. This is from AccuWeather. Okay, I didn't know AccuWeather had a website, but here we go. A team of researchers unveiled the results of a new study last week that looked at how temperature and humidity may affect the transmission of COVID-19, the illness caused by the new coronavirus. According to researchers' findings, high temperatures and relative humidity significantly reduce the transmission of COVID-19. An increase of just 1 degree Celsius and 1% relative humidity substantially lower the virus transmission, according to the data analyzed by the researchers. So that's interesting. Maybe they should have told all those spring breakers just to stay in Florida for a while and don't go home to see your mom and grandma. The study is the latest in a limited but growing body of research, not all of which has been peer-reviewed, that examines the effect of weather on the spread of SARS-CoV-2 virus. That's the name of the virus, and which causes the COVID-19 illness. Okay. I'm sorry, the virus that shall not be named by its nation of origin. That's trademarked. Or you must credit P-Dog Night if you use that phrase. So anyway, researchers studied 100 different Chinese cities that each had more than 40 cases of the virus that shall not be named based on its nation of origin from January 21st to 23rd. Okay, over 2 days. Anyway, the AccuWeather senior weather editor and meteorologist Jesse Farrell, according to the AccuWeather senior weather editor and meteorologist, I can't talk, Jesse Farrell, the decision to study transmission on those dates was critical because of the time period. The time period was before China intervened on January 24th to stop the spread of the virus. Analyzing that time frame allowed researchers to observe the natural spread of the virus before public health measures, which have been since helped reduce the spread drastically in China, were implemented. Do they mean when they were welding people into their apartment buildings? I don't know about that. Oh, so climate change could actually stop the plague of 2020. Greta will be upset. How dare you? Hey, that's what I need. I need a how dare you sound effect. How dare you? Anyway, all right. So, well, good. That's good to know because, hey, it's springtime in the corona apocalypse. Moving on. Let's see. What was the last one I had? We already talked about Gavin Newsom. Okay, we're good there. Well, you know what? It's already time for Twitter trends. Can you believe it? This time has gone by so quickly. Are you enjoying yourself here, people? If you like what we're doing here, hit that like button if you haven't already done so. And if you haven't shared the stream, share the stream, please. Let's see if we get to 700 before my birthday. That's only 2 weeks. I don't know about that. By the way, programming note. Yes, we are going to have the Donald Trump is a jackass stream. Now, if you're a regular here, you know what I'm saying. If you're new here and you're a Trump fan, don't get anything in a bunch that is below your waist and underneath your pants, because it'll be carefully explained when we do it. I'm thinking perhaps on Tuesday we will be doing the Donald Trump is a jackass stream, and I know that those of you who are regulars here might be inundated with people who might be upset with the name of the stream, but bear with me. It will be well explained, and it may not be what it seems when I say those words. And frankly, with some of the stupid questions Donald Trump has been getting at these press conferences, the daily briefings, I am so glad that Donald Trump is a jackass. He's the perfect jackass for the time that we are going through right now. Anyway, all right, let's do this. Yes, slap like night. Just slap. That's what Davey 506 is. Davey 506. If you haven't seen his channel, he's a funny dude. He's a virtuoso bass player. He likes to play like slap bass. Yes, that's my imitation of Davey 506. Go check out his channel. He already has like 3 million subscribers just because he's a funny dude. But he's very, 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 very fun to watch. All right, let's get into Twitter trends because that's what we do every day on the show. Clicking the Explore tab, what's at the top? Oh, shocker. COVID-19 is the header on the United States trend. Coronavirus cases rise in Europe as China reports big reductions. Now, Davey 504, thank you. I messed that up. Okay, look. Now, the only thing I can think of, too... Now, by the way, when Donald Trump had his presser yesterday, he was talking about chloroquine and blah, blah, blah. The Chinese propagandists Like almost immediately on Twitter, you see the Chinese propagandists out there saying that, well, if the United States has found a cure for this already, that must be where it originated. How could they find a cure so fast? God, these people are assholes. Anyway, I'm going to click on it just as I give you the latest update. The total number of global cases has surpassed 230,000. That's interesting because when we looked at this yesterday and it said 220,000, it went up how much? It went up to 20,000 in one day. And from Wednesday to Thursday, and it's only gone up 10,000 from Thursday to Friday. Is that a good thing? Is that really it, or they're just not getting? People are in countries around the world. Are they doing enough self-isolating so as not to spread it? I'm not sure what it could be. Over 10,000 people have died. Over 85,000 patients are reported to have recovered. And here's the updates from around the world. More than 13,000 cases reported in the United States. Italy extends national lockdown, overtakes China in death toll. Saudi Arabia suspends outdoor prayer at 2 holy mosques. Japan welcomes Olympic torch amid coronavirus outbreak. India prepares to halt international flight arrivals. Argentina to also go into full nationwide lockdown. And then you can get more information from the World Health Organization and the CDC. Let's see, California, and then more local. Cathay Pacific to reduce capacity by 96% across their passenger network in April, May. I don't know if that's the airline. California governor issues statewide order to stay at home. There's no shortage of, the virus that shall not be named by its nation of origin. But just stay on top of it. Listen to what your local governments are saying wherever you are in the world. I know I have people international or non-American viewers. Just listen to your local government. Do what they do. Do what they say to do for now. And let's all just get through this, okay? All right, let's get back into the Twitter trends though for today. I will click here, showing them all. At the top of the Twitter trends, I got Friday Thoughts and Friday Feelings. Man, it's been Friday Thoughts as opposed to Friday Thoughts. And it's been a while since we've had a Twitter trend thought, hasn't it? Have you seen one lately? We haven't had one for maybe a couple weeks. I wonder if they're cracking down on the Twitter trend thoughts. The hashtag hoes, you know what I'm talking about. But let's go into Friday Thoughts real quick. We got, starting at the top, someone named Marietta. By the way, as we go through the Twitter thoughts, through the Twitter trends, please do not contact people that we talk about on Twitter trends, even if they are a dumbass. If you want to go and see what they're doing, you can, but don't get me involved, please, because I don't want to be the cause of people being brigaded, which isn't that likely. Do I have a BitChute? Yes, I do have a BitChute. It is also P-Dog Night. Thank you, Ricky Ravioli, for asking. All right, here we go. Marietta, social distancing doesn't mean that grandma can't get a happy birthday song on her 95th birthday. Her family in New York held a surprise gathering to sing from a safe distance. Isn't that sweet? You know what? If you got to do what you got to do to make grandma happy, here we go. I don't know if you can hear that. I can barely hear it. Because the funk is just too loud. Well, isn't that nice? It sucks you have to do it, but you know what? I bet they made that lady's day fantastic. Your comments are being censored when talk about bass. Hey, that's YouTube. I don't censor anything around here. All right, moving on. What else we got on Friday Thoughts? Oh, she's on here again. Even the seagulls in Spain are missing having people on the now empty quarantine streets. Oh, look at that. Those two people there. I'll make this bigger so you can see it.
Increíble lo que te voy a enseñar ahora.
Check it out. They're just following those two people. That's hilarious. Because no one's out there to feed them. Okay.
Qué increíble. Lo estoy grabando, ahora te enseño,
Let's check it out. They're just following this woman around. That's pretty wild.
No la dejan.
All right, moving on. Let's see. Also on the Friday Thoughts. It's been a minute. Friday Thoughts, Feinstein Weekend, Kronos. Okay, I don't know if that's supposed to be a hashtag ho, but they didn't put the hashtag ho picture up there like they usually do. Yoga's harder than it looks. Friday Thoughts. Hey. How many people in the chat have tried yoga? It is harder than it looks. It's very difficult. I never thought just standing in stretchy positions could hurt so bad. All right, let's see. Well done is always better than well said. Oh, that's a good Friday thought. People may easily forget what you've said, but often remember what you did. The world is divided between two people, those that talk and those that do. Which side of the hemisphere are you on? Friday motivation, Friday thoughts. All right, that's a good one to end on the Friday thoughts. We're gonna skip Friday feelings. Feinstein. I don't know if does she say Feinstein or Feinstein? Whichever it is, she's trending number 3. Now that's interesting because this is Twitter. And usually if it's something bad, they're going to feature the Republican that's trending and not the Democrat. But anyway, this is, but it's all, if you click it, it's almost all about these. This is amazing. Amazing. Fox headline, name only Feinstein when the 3 colleagues are not only Republicans, but in 2 of those cases have behavior more incriminating than hers. And I say that someone who stands second to nobody in my contempt for Feinstein. That is Jeff Greenwald, or excuse me, Glenn Greenwald, the journalist. He's an award-winning journalist. I don't agree with him necessarily politically, but he's a good journalist. Esoteric Jeff says the Feinstein and Johnson charges are just flat out wrong. Feinstein's husband, not her, took a loss on it, and the stock rose later. Johnson's cash out had been something he was negotiating since 2018 in 2 years of haggling. So that's, I don't know which. Johnson. I don't know who. There isn't a Johnson on this list. Here, let's look here. Here's the thread. All right, so here we go. Burr. Okay, so I've looked into the stock selling thing, and 1, Burr clearly is neck deep in shit. Should not survive it. Nope. Loeffler has a far stronger defense than most realize. She's a billionaire. She farms all this out to blind third parties, but politics is different than facts and logic. I wonder if he means Inhofe. I'm pretty sure he means Inhofe. Feinstein and Inhofe charges are flat out wrong. Feinstein's husband, not her, took a loss on it, and the stocks rose later. Johnson's cash out had been something he was negotiating since 2018. Yeah, because he's leaving the Senate, and so he's been. And you have to have permission in some cases to sell things. Inhofe. At a glance, it didn't look as bad as Burr, but it was still sketchy. Also, Purdue traded a ton of stock, including selling off a ton in casinos, but he also bought airlines and other things in the tank. So that just might be a lock. Oh, a lock, whatever that is. Luck. That might just be luck. If a third party sold for Loeffler without her direction, then she is owed a huge apology by everyone jumping to conclusions and dragging her name. And also, I think her husband has something to do with the New York Stock Exchange. Like, he's a bigwig there. So they really have to be careful about what they do. And that's probably why they have a blind, they might have, this might be part of a blind trust. Who knows? All right, so that's interesting. Let's see if there's anything else about Feinstein selling stocks. According to financial disclosures, this is Sarah Carter, Kelly Loeffler, James Inhofe, Dianne Feinstein, Richard Burr. All right, whatever. And it's funny, Jim Hoft, who runs the Gateway Pundit, notes Feinstein, but he's not noting the 3 Republicans. Oh, yes, he does. But he puts her name first. You knew it was going to happen. Last night, news broke out that Republicans. Oh, I see. They were been talking about Burr and Kelly Loeffler for the last 24 hours, and then Oh, Ron Johnson. Okay, Ron Johnson was involved in that. He's the one who's been trying to sell off stuff for 2 years and has been negotiating to do it. So who knows? In your heart, you know Bernie Sanders is the only presidential candidate with the chutzpah and character to allow his attorney general to prosecute Senators Burr, Feinstein, Inhofe, and Loeffler for insider trading. Yeah, we'll see, I guess. Burr's the one that looks like he's exposed the most. All right, let's move on. Moving on to Burisma is trending. Uh-oh. Oh. Spelled B-U-R-R. Burisma. Let's make a trend. Rick Wilson, who's taking time off from his shooting for the Trailer Park Boys, says, let's make it trend, people. Burisma. What are you gonna call? We're gonna call it insider trading scandal Burisma, right? He's on the. Here's a statement from. Oh, Richard Burr made a statement. A statement from Richard Burr. I relied solely on public news reports to guide my decision regarding the sale of stocks on February 13th. Specifically, I closely followed CNBC's daily health and science reporting out of its Asia bureaus at the time, understanding the assumption many could make in hindsight. However, I spoke this morning with the chairman of the Senate Ethics Committee and asked him to open a complete review of the matter with full transparency. Well, there you go. We're going to see what happens to Richard Burr. You know what? It's one of those things that it just looks bad enough that you still might have to give it up there. Burr must resign, the horse whisperer. They're naming it Burisma. That's hilarious. All right, moving on. Friday motivation, we'll skip. Rev Watch. What the hell's Rev Watch? Rev Watch. Everything good in my life because I came back to the Ghost River Triangle. God, I can't wait to go back and keep making this story with you guys. Winona Earp. Wait, what? What is Rev Watch? Anyone know? Let's get ready to Rev Watch. Winona Earp, who's out there? Hey, Earpers, just a reminder. Are they making some? Oh, don't tell me they're doing this. Are they? What the hell? Anyone know what this is? Oh, PDK. Thank you for reminding me. PDK News. Hello, Check Your Logic, and Mike Savage, by the way. And Attack Alpaca. Were you already? Yeah, you were here earlier. Never mind. I do that all the time. Anyone know what this Rev Watch thing is? Some show called Winona Earp. Oh my God! Last time we get it, Winona Earp. I hope this quote every single autograph poster at my first Econ. And that was before the episode had aired. All nice, confused Earpers. There must be some show where there's someone named Winona Earp in it. And I don't know, and I don't care. Moving on. We'll get the PDK news at the end. I'm going to fly through the rest of these because I don't even know there. 55% of Americans is trending, number 7. Big jump for real Donald Trump. A new ABC poll. 55% of Americans approve of the president's management of the crisis compared to 43% who disapprove. Wow, that's a new ABC poll. Here's the article itself. Coronavirus upends nation as 3 in 4 Americans changed by the pandemic. That's a poll. It's funny how that... Notice that headline. The virus that shall not be named by the nation of its origin upends the nation as 3 in 4 Americans' lives changed by the pandemic. Now, that's not a very positive poll, does it? But somewhere in there, in the new poll, 55% of Americans approve the president's management of the crisis compared to 43% who disapprove. Trump's approval on this issue is up from last week when the numbers were nearly reversed. Only 43% approved of Trump's handling the pandemic and 54% disapproved in last week's poll. Over the course of the week, the president has shifted his approach and tone, giving daily briefings on the crisis since Saturday, alongside the White House task force leading the response to the virus that shall not be named by its nation of origin, and announcing some severe measures to combat the virus that shall not be named from its nation of origin. He has also taken a more somber tone, saying of his own tenor, people actually liked it as the reality of the scale of the virus set in. Yeah, and I can't imagine that people are, well, I can because it's Trump derangement syndrome, but I can't imagine that they're blaming him for this. Anxiety over the virus that shall not be named by its country of origin is widespread, with 79% of Americans saying they are concerned that they or someone they know will be infected, which is a significant uptick from last week's 66% that said the same. So there's the concern numbers. If you see very concerned, somewhat concerned, versus the not concerned at all. So good. I'm glad people are taking it seriously. They need to do that. Scott Jennings also says the 55% of Americans, Stephanie Grisham, they're just all, looks like they're all just tweeting the article. I want to find someone who's not. New poll. No, Maggie. Oh, and the New York Times. He's replying to the New York Times. What is this? Maggie said, okay, so she puts in the new poll, 55% of Americans approve of the president's management of the crisis, yada, yada, yada. This person replies, no, Maggie, it's not 55% of Americans. It's only 55% of 512 random people that were polled, and the polling, of course, doesn't say what part of the country these people are from. Thank you, Danya Rena, who is an expert on polling. They always use samples. The margin of error is of 5%, so that's because of including the design effect. So it could be 50%, it could be 60%. There's a margin of error there. So a lot of people are touting this poll. Moving on. Tax day is also trending. U.S. tax day filing moved from April 15th to July 15th. So now you have till July 15th to finish your taxes. Can you still file now if you're expecting a refund? Of course you can. Duh. So tax day has been officially moved back to July 15th this year. That's good news for people going through this crisis and may have to pay in, like myself. I went, oh, no. I thought for sure that this was a Twitter trend thought, but it's not. Sorry. So anyway, this just in. Tax day will be pushed back from April 15th to July 15th, giving more Americans time to file and make payments without interest or penalties, according to Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin. Okay, that's awesome. People are happy about that. Bandcamp is trending. Bandcamp waives revenue shares Friday to support artists amid COVID-19 pandemic. Okay. If you're not familiar with Bandcamp, they're waiving revenue shares on, just Friday? Or always? I don't know. To support artists. I don't really use Bandcamp. I know that if you know Bearing, the YouTuber Bearing, I know he puts all his music on Bandcamp, but I'm not. Anyway. Oh, here's another thing. Today, Bandcamp are waiving fees so labels artists get 100% of the purchase price, so it's the perfect time to buy some music. I built this last year. It lets you search for your most played Spotify songs, artists, on Bandcamp so you can support them. Okay, it's a place to buy music, and they're it looks like it's a one-day thing. So if you're gonna buy some music, today's the day to buy it to help out artists who sell their music on Bandcamp. Sorry, guys. It's gonna happen. Wait. Oh, Dianne Feinstein's trending again. We already know what that's about. 4 U.S. At least 4 U.S. senators and their spouses sold large amounts of stock. Okay, that's related to the 4 U.S. senators. It's interesting that they pull those words out of a sentence. Steven Jackson is trending on something to do that. Todd Gurley has signed a 1-year deal with the Atlanta Falcons. They say it's Steven Jackson all over again. Steven Jackson was a good player, wasn't he? Okay, Hurst, Fowler, Gurley. The Falcons acquiring younger players with something to prove this offseason. Don't compare this to the Steven Jackson, Paul Celia, and Tyson Jackson era. Well, I guess we'll find out. All right, moving on. Todd Gurley is He's a beast of a running back, though, man. I'm just telling you. All right, Gurley to the Falcons. That's what we just read. Happy birthday, Barron. Uh-oh, is it Barron Trump's birthday? Oh, I wonder how many people are going to trash a 14-year-old kid today. Happy birthday. Oh, see, right off the top, happy birthday, Barron. Hopefully you don't grow up to be as shitty as your father. Of course you're going to say that. At least the next one says, happy birthday, Barron. You're growing up fast. What a handsome fella you are. You're blessed with exceptional DNA. So did you know that Barron Trump basically can speak every language that his mother speaks? She's been teaching him all those languages. He speaks 5 languages. Apparently he's a chess master. And he's 6'4", 6'5" at 13 or 14 years old. Someone put a basketball in that kid's hand too, but hey, I don't think he needs to. Yeah, I don't think that's very important for him. This one time at band camp. Oh my gosh. All right, so anyway, let's see. Hope Barron grows up to be a democratic socialist. Happy birthday, Barron. Well, at least that wasn't like completely rude. Happy birthday, Barron. Hope you have a wonderful day. God bless you. Enjoy this special day. Happy birthday, Barron. May you fall far from the tree. There's another one. Happy birthday, Barron, Trump, and many more. You must be so proud of him, Flotus. The Donald is doing everything right. I thank God for his leadership. Okay. I don't necessarily thank God for his leadership, but whatever. I'm thankful for the president's leadership right now. Okay, I want to. Oh, happy birthday, Barron. You and your parents are great. So, for generally, people are being, the ones that are, let's just put it that way. The ones that are saying happy birthday to Barron are being nice. For example, I'm not a trumpet. I am civil, respectful. Happy birthday, Barron. 14 years old today. Congratulations, Barron Trump. And hopefully other people can be civil and not pick on a 14-year-old kid who's not. Now, here's another caveat that I'll bring to you. Barron Trump stays out of the limelight. Do you see much of Barron Trump other than him walking from door to door, helicopter to helicopter, or whatever it is he goes? Notice how they don't make him a feature of the Trump campaign, and that's a good thing. Let the kid just do what he does. Now, number 15, Larry Edgeworth, whoever that is. Andy Lack emails NBC News staffers with the terrible news. One of their colleagues has died from coronavirus. That's not good. I'm deeply sad to tell you that we've lost a longtime member of our NBC News family, Larry Edgeworth, who passed away yesterday. This is Oliver Darcy reporting, who I'm surprised is not. Usually he's sitting around watching Fox News from CNN. I'm deeply sad to tell you that we've lost a longtime member of our NBC News family. Larry Edgeworth passed away yesterday. On Wednesday, we told you Larry had tested positive for COVID-19, the virus that shall not be named by the nation of its origin. Though for privacy reasons, we did not share his name at that time. According to his wife, Larry suffered from other health issues that led him to succumb to the illness. As we've heard from medical professionals, those with underlying health concerns are sadly the most vulnerable. Larry most recently worked in the equipment room on the 5th floor, but prior to that, he spent most of his 25 years at NBC News as a skilled audio technician, often traveling to the most remote locations. Many of you were fortunate enough to work with Larry over the years, so you know that he was the guy you wanted by your side, no matter where you were. Stacey Brady says he was known as the Gentle Giant, who would give you the shirt off his back. That's a very nice tribute to their colleague, and boy, just there's so many people who are hurting right now. Hopefully, we'll see more people recover from this and fewer cases as we go through this extraordinary thing that we're all going through together. So, rest in peace, Larry Edgeworth. Now, this one's weird. This next one, I have no idea where this trend came from, but it is Hawaiian Punch, right? And I don't know why it's trending, but we're going to take a look. And I read some of these this morning. I still don't know why it started trending. Bruh, I promise you, Hawaiian Punch doesn't get cold. You can have it in the bottom of a deep freezer for 2 years and shit gonna come out room temperature. Why it's trending? I don't know. I hate Hawaiian Punch for 2 reasons. That shit never gets cold. It left your mouth feeling like you had eczema on your tongue, dry ass juice. What does that mean? No one knows why it's trending unless, okay, you all better chill out on this Hawaiian Punch slander. You forget this dude had hands. Remember that? Fruit juicy Hawaiian Punch. And then he knocked the dude out every time. And then the guy would find ways to try to not get punched. Like here he put a toy in front of him and the guy found him anyway as it fell over. What the F is happening? Why the F is peaches, orange, cherries, Hawaiian Punch, and anxious treading? Okay, that was from earlier. I'm all here for the Hawaiian Punch slander. Does anyone... I like Hawaiian Punch. Why would you drink room temperature punch? Well, no, they're saying that Hawaiian Punch never gets cold, and I disagree. If you put it on ice, it's cold. Apparently this started trending at 3 in the morning. Oh, saw Hawaiian Punch trending and thought he was dead. That's hilarious. Yeah, nobody has any idea why it's trending, but here's a little factoid on Hawaiian Punch. Why does Hawaiian Punch, or doesn't Hawaiian Punch, I think they meant get cold. It's because Hawaiian Punch was made in the Cold War era, used as a propaganda to appeal to kids at Pearl Harbor kamikaze attacks. It's made of an incredibly alkaline and basic syrup that has a freezing point at about minus 35 degrees Celsius. Okay, I think that might be just a joke. Anyway, fruit juicy Hawaiian Punch. Bam. Anyway, Miss Ruby's trending, number 17. Miss Ruby or Michelle Bish. Oh my God, they look so good. What the F? Okay, what? The cheating vegan says, whose breakfast plate are you taking? So all these breakfast plates you're taking. So let's take a look at the breakfast plates they're featuring from the cheating vegan. Oh, that looks good. Croissant with bacon, egg, and cheese. Okay, next choice. In fact, we'll make this number. Let's choose in the chat. You pick one of these 4. Number 1 is Keisha. Bacon, egg, and cheese croissant. Looks very delicious. Number 2 is Miss Ruby. We got some chicken and waffles going. Which looks like some homemade brown syrup sugar or syrup. That looks damn good. Okay, we got Miss Keisha. Now Miss Ruby's number 2. Number 3, Amy with the fruit pancakes with looks like a fresh almond butter and some fresh fruit. Oh my goodness, those are some good looking pancakes. And number 4, Michelle looking like a bacon, egg, French toast thingy and some nice, maple syrup. So again, we got Miss Keisha, Miss Ruby, Amy, and Michelle. Please tally your votes in the chat. Although all the brothers and sisters are liking Miss Ruby because that chicken and waffles is looking fire. All right, that's why Miss Ruby's trending. Moving on, we got Sleepy. Sleepy. Oh, imagine you've been working. Okay, someone here. Imagine your country is facing a modern bubonic plague, and while the nation's top experts are giving you a brief, you think, I'll just cross my arms defiantly and take a nap. This was not first of all, this moron, it was not experts giving you a brief. It was governors talking to the committee, asking questions. Imagine you've been working nonstop, and no matter what you do, there are assholes in your country who will always hate you. Imagine working 20-plus hour days and still getting dragged because it's never enough. He has the right to be sleepy, you ungrateful jagoffs. Hey, thank you, Politobuddy, my friend and confidant. Hell yeah. And then there's someone else. Trump calls Biden Sleepy Joe. Hypocrite. if Joe was working 20 hours a day and 7 days a week, I'd agree with you. Considering Joe is always sleepy, have a Snickers bar, Mary. You'll feel better. Don't want to ever hear Sleepy Joe again. Okay. Oh, Sleepy Kitty is also in there, though, because it's just the word sleepy. And this guy calls his opponent sleepy. Yeah, I don't think the opponent has nearly this much strength. In fact, do you ever see Joe speak for more than 7 minutes at a time? No. Okay, so people are being a dick because he might have been sleepy. All right, and still no Twitter thoughts or hashtag hoes. That's fascinating. I think Twitter has cracked down on hashtag hoes. You think? I'm scrolling, no hashtag hoes. All right, well, maybe that's a good thing. All right, here we go. Moving on. Finally, before we get to the our hashtag, happy birthday, Chester. Who the hell is Chester? Happy birthday, Chester. I miss you. Today we celebrate... Oh, this is the dude that was in that band that died, I think. Happy birthday, Chester. Today we celebrate you by remembering the happiness and positivity you shed on the lives you touched. Here's to you, legend. It's always hard deciding what pictures or videos to share on days like today. Here's Chester looking incredibly happy performing with fans. He had so much love that night, like he did every night, singing, hugging, kissing fans, and grabbing hands. Yeah, he's from, I don't know what band he's from, but I remember hearing about him passing away just recently. So name the band, please. I can't, it's not hitting me right now. Chester Bennington is his name. Oh, Ophelia. Hey, Larry. How y'all doing? And Sean, too. Good. Oh, you were here earlier, Sean. Never mind. Anyway, all right, let's get it. Let's finish off doing the news hashtag at PDK News. Here we go. PDK News and the latest, because I know Pete has a couple in here for sure. I'm gonna go. Let's scroll down and see what I haven't already done. Holy moly! I've been neglectful. I apologize, people. I really do. Let's see here. Thank you, Becca Fairley. This is the maps from yesterday. Thank you. We did that yesterday. I'm gonna keep. That's why I need to bookmark that so I can always refer to it. Again, Becca Fairley. That was from yesterday. Thank you so much. Here's the best part of. The best part of waking up is probably not Folgers on the road. We'll definitely click this one. Marion Fire EMS crews clean I-81 after coffee covers lanes following a trailer tractor. Oh my God. This is sad. I mean, even if it's Folgers. Lincoln Park, thank you. I was blanking out. I am devastated by this. I need a sad violin music. Here, wait a minute. What do I got? What can I do that can, let's see. Marion Fire EMS crews clean I-81 after coffee lanes cover lanes following trailer tractor crash. So sad. Anyway, Marionville, Virginia. The best part of waking up is probably not Folgers on the road. According to the post from Marion Fire, EMS crews responded to the northbound lanes on Interstate 81 on Tuesday afternoon for a crash involving two tractor trailers. When the units arrived, they found a strange sight: coffee canisters and their contents strewn all over the roadway. Oh my gosh, I'm almost in tears. This is a waste of coffee. Okay. Pete, or who gave me this one? Was this you, Pete? Pete, were you just trying to make me sad? Oh, oh, Winona Earp already has 2 seasons in the bag. Okay, well, that's how much TV I watch. Oh, Bruins fans wander into Boston Mayor's press conference. Oh my gosh, we got to look at this one. Bruins fans wandered into Marty Walsh's press conference, and Twitter loved it. The coronavirus outbreak may be able to bring public life to a standstill, but it can't stop Boston from being Boston. Midway through a press conference Wednesday afternoon on the city's response to the pandemic, Boston Mayor Marty Walsh was joined outside City Hall by several city councilors and staffers and for a fleeting few moments, a Bostonian who lit up social media. Iconic Medford City Councilor Zach Bears wrote, posting a clip of the Boston Bruins sweatshirt wearing man who bemusedly walked with a friend into the backdrop of the Wall shot. So here's the video. Boston mayor trying to give a press conference and
for Boston, for the most up-to-date and accurate information, we're asking you to go to boston.gov/coronavirus. Anyone in the city can call 311 and get a live person.
Can you say
Forrest
Gump?
It's 24 hours a day.
Oh, he wandered in and left too.
To get notified by text.
Hey, we're talking over here about some. We're talking about some Corona over here. They got a case of Corona. They gotta have some in Boston, right? They got some Boston. They have some Corona in Boston. Do they sell? They sell Corona in Boston? Oh, I want to do that now. I just want to go. If I find out the mayor or the governor are having a press conference, I'm just gonna go walk up behind it and stand there. Oh, in my Gettysburg sweatshirt, All right. They had only one job. Oh, what's now? Oh, this is okay. That's a promotion. Man arrested for impersonating cop just days after going to jail for impersonating a cop. Oh, this is a Florida man story. Thank you, Pirate Pete, by the way. Florida man arrested for impersonating an officer just days after going to jail for the same crime, deputy says. A man in Flagler County was arrested for impersonating an officer just 2 days after going to jail for the same thing. The Flagler County Sheriff's Office said that Leroy Stoltemeyer was arrested on March 9th for impersonating a law enforcement officer and shoplifting at the same time. Following this, law enforcement went out on to speak with several toll bridge attendants who had previous encounters with Stoltemeyer. They said he often would try to flash a badge to avoid paying a $2 bridge toll. That's awesome! I would have never thought of that. He reportedly did this several times over the last few months and identifies himself as a U.S. Marshal. During his last encounter at the toll bridge, they said that the attendant presented Stoltemeyer with an article about his arrest on March 9th. For impersonating a law enforcement officer, Stoltemeyer then put away his badge and paid the toll. That's classic. Oh, anyway, that's funny as hell. They showed him the article about him getting arrested. That's awesome. Pete, you got some good ones today. PDK, I'm not gonna lie, it's cocaine. Now, if you excuse me, I'm gonna have to eat a debit card. Oh, another Florida man story. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's going slow here. Hang on. I'm not going to lie. It's cocaine. Florida man tries to eat stolen debit card. The man had 13 stolen. Florida man was caught using the stolen credit card of a dead man and was then seen trying to eat the card to destroy evidence before he was questioned by deputies, according to the arrest report. Orange County deputies said they were called to Disney Springs Monday for the report of a man trying to purchase jewelry and gift cards with a fraudulent debit card. When they arrived, deputies said they saw Jose Herrera, 27, detained by Disney security, making strange movements with his hand inside his pocket. Upon investigation, deputies said they found a baggie of white powdery substance in Herrera's pocket. When questioned about the contents of the baggie, he said Herrera was up front with the deputies. I'm not gonna lie, it's cocaine. According to the arrest report. Other law enforcement officers witnessed the incident, told deputies they saw Herrera try to eat the fraudulent card in an attempt to destroy the evidence before he could be questioned. He was able to purchase a soft drink, $400 worth of Disney gift cards, and attempted to buy $360 worth of jewelry on the stolen debit card, investigators said. Okay, and he had 13 other cards with him. Oh my gosh. I'm not gonna lie. It's cocaine. All right, and finally, here's the meme of the day from Girl and Pirate Pete. If it'll open. Open, please. There you go. All this negativity in the world today, yet I still remain positive. Oh my God. Oh, Pete, if I had a corner, I would consider putting you in it. But you've been very entertaining today, so we're not going to the corner today. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this beautiful day. Oh, it is. By the way, it is 3/20, 1 month prior to 4/20. Yes, it's March 20th, the day after the first day of spring. Thank you all for being here on the Morning Night Live. I'm here Monday through Friday, 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central, 2 p.m. GMT for my friends from other parts of the world. And if you haven't already done so, on the way out, hit that like button, that little thumbs up thing down there, except for Duck Dog, who's already punched the thumb down ticket. Yeah, smash that, hit it, elbow it, poke it in the eye, do whatever you gotta do, but touch that little thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already, also share the stream out on social media using the share arrow down below, or you can go to my Twitter at PDogKnight, same minds, same gab. Finally, if you want to if you want to donate to the show, I certainly accept donations. Just if you're entertained and you want to throw something in the tip jar every once in a while, you can do that. Streamlabs link down below. PDogKnight.live. It's right there. PDog. Wow, that's weird. I've never had to do this on the monitor before. PDogKnight.live. Right there. That's where you go. And I'll be eternally grateful. Anyway, thanks everybody. I gotta go. Oh, question. Oh, my email. Take that. All right, so right over there it says at PDogKnight. Just put the at on the other side and throw a Gmail on the end. I am pdogknight@gmail.com. You can always email me there. All right, I gotta go. Thanks everybody. My name's PDogKnight. And I'm out of here. Bye-bye. Hey, this is PDogKnight, and thank you for watching today on the PDogKnight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comments section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterward so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through the Streamlabs link, which is also in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm PDogKnight, and I'm out of here.